What's going on, y'all? I'm your host, Cool Colas, and you are now tuning into a new video on my channel. For today's topic, I'm gonna give y'all a quick review on a movie I just watched called Ballerina, which is a spin-off from the John Wick movie series. So let's get into it. So I just wanted to give this quick review because this is something that I watched this past weekend. And a lot of times I talk about the pro-black aspect of a lot of these different movies, but I don't really get into a lot of nerdy things or movies or TV shows or things like that that I check out from time to time. So every now and again, I like to hit y'all with a little something because I also talked about the Joker movie a while ago as well too. So I'll talk about this too. So I saw the Ballerina movie, and this weekend my wife and we went over to the movie theater. Over here in our area, we have this movie theater called Synergy, and you can go in there, you can order food. It looks real nice inside, and the seats are comfortable. You put your feet up and all types of stuff. And it's not really a lot of people in these movie theaters as well too, which is also a bonus for me because, again, I told y'all this before, I don't like my movie theaters where there's a lot of people in it, so it was all good for me. So there I am, me and my wife, she's getting her food. I'm over here, tearing up some a buffalo chicken sandwich and some mozzarella bites, and I'm having a good old time about to watch this movie. So that's how it went before it started. So when it comes to this movie, I'm going to be honest with you, I wasn't super hyped going into it because it just really didn't catch me. My wife was like, well, I want to see Ballerina. I want to see Ballerina. She was talking about Ballerina about 18 times in like one day. So I already knew that she wanted to see this. So I was like, all right, let's go check it out. But when I watched this movie, I'll say that it was okay. Typically with these John Wick type of movies, these Jason Bourne, Fast and Furious, these fighter style movies, I don't expect a spectacular story, like a cool, decent one with a cool little plot. That's cool, but when it comes to it being very complex, I don't necessarily expect that because I know that action is the main driving force behind why this movie was made. But with this movie, again, everything was just okay. Now, I did notice some parts that I was like, okay, that was a little bit weird too. Like, I'll give you an example of some of the things that I noticed. So one thing I noticed, so in this movie, for those of y'all who do not know, this again is a spinoff of the John Wick series. This is a woman who, she grew up as a girl, being a ballerina, or at least training to be a ballerina. But the backstory is that she had this dad, and I guess he was involved with a cult. The dad gets killed, and then she basically gets sent off to this new family who, I guess they're almost somewhat like a cult as well too. You've seen this family previously in one of the other John Wick movies and whatnot, and she basically is training to be a ballerina, and she's training to get grace and all this other stuff. And the woman who has this ballerina like cult or whatever that she's in, she sees these killer instincts in her because she was the one who killed one of the people who tried to kill her dad, basically. And so her killer instinct comes from the fact that she wants revenge for the person who killed her dad. So she goes on a quest when she gets older to try and seek vengeance and tries to find that person who did that. So that's the whole premise of this movie. But during this movie, I noticed something. There's a few things that just didn't really sit right with me. One thing that didn't sit right was there was a scene where she was in the club and there was this woman who was getting snatched up or whatever by this Asian dude in this group who I guess were affiliated with the people who she basically was trying to, give revenge on. And so, she was trying to aid her, and while she was fighting this Asian dude who was straight whooping her ass. I mean, there was a point where there were people who running away. They're like seeing these people fight, and they're like, okay, we're going to run away. And it's normal because, I mean, it would be weird to see, a Asian dude doing a spinning heel kick on a grown ass woman and knocking her to the floor and then not react viscerally, because if I saw that shit, I'd be like, what the hell? Why the hell we got kung fu and like you kicking the slats out of a woman's ass and you're a grown ass man? That's strange. But anyway, my point is that, there was a point where they were running away while they were in this club, but then they started fighting on different levels, and then people were just casually dancing still while they were fighting. And then at one point you had people who were just watching the fight. Nobody was jumping in and watching this Asian dude, just beat the tar out of this woman. And when I say he beat the tar out of Ballerina, or Eve, which is her real name, he was beating the straight tar out of Ballerina. Like, it was some crazy shit, y'all. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be honest, and this is my next con. Ballerina was getting her ass whooped by literally everybody in this movie. It felt like everybody she faced was a challenge. Either she was almost getting torched, or she was getting knocked over the head with a damn plate, or someone was hitting a Hitmonlee on her ass. Like, literally every 5 seconds, she was getting her ass straight whooped. And literally, I don't know who got their asses whooped more. Ballerina, Batman Beyond, Batman and the Dark Knight Rises, or Korra from Legend of Korra. But she literally was in the ranking for the most ass whoopings by a protagonist who should be a badass. But going back, so yeah, that was another con as well too. Another thing I noticed too is she wasn't really that graceful. For her to be a ballerina, I would have expected her to have been graceful or to use ballerina tactics in her fighting style. And it seemed like she was just kind of winging it every time she was fighting. It would be like, I got kicked in the head, I got kicked in the sternum, I got kicked in the ass, I'm down on the ground, so I'm going to find some knives, and I'm going to start throwing that shit at people, I'm going to find a gun, and I'm going to literally throw the gun, not even shoot the shit, just throw it at you. Like, this was her style the whole movie. It was just throwing shit at people left and right, and then trying to capitalize after you done blindsided them by throwing, like, blunt objects at their asses. That was her whole strategy this whole movie, and then taking off and running every time she beat someone's ass. Now, some could say that there was a part in the movie where they said, as a woman, there's this whole idea of you may not be able to beat people by strength, but by other means. But literally, that other means literally could have been her being a ballerina and dancing or twirling around motherfuckers or something like that. But this woman literally was getting her ass knocked to the ground. And as she was on the ground, she was scrambling to see what was there and just throwing that. That's like me basically seeing like a dog on the floor and somebody's attacking me and I throw the damn dog at somebody. That was this woman this whole damn movie. I was like, is she gonna have some type of offense against some enemy? And that ass whooping even continued into John Wick. Like, literally, when she was fighting John Wick, it was clear that he was going to blow baby girl's brains out. Let's just be real. It was about to be a straight wrap. But again, I'm not going to get too deep on that. I'm just telling you some of the things that I noticed, and I was like, that was just kind of weird. Another thing that I found kind of strange too, I just wasn't really attached, I guess, from the get-go. I was kind of talking to my wife about this, and originally when I heard about this Ballerina movie, I was thinking just in my head that it was going to be about old girl whose dad got killed by Kane in John Wick 4. I thought it was going to be about her, but it was about an all-new character. So now I'm gearing my mind to try to be attached to a character who, they're newly introducing, instead of actually creating a world based off the characters who we already know about and could continue some type of legacy or could be some type of badass. And although there were a lot of cons to this movie, there were pros. Again, the action was good. It was entertaining. I did like the fire versus water scene. That was kind of interesting and cool. I wasn't expecting them to do something as creative as that, so I give that to them. And also, too, although it was clear that they were going for some type of girl version of John Wick, and whatnot with this character, it didn't seem like she was this overpowering white feminist figure. It didn't give me that vibe like they were going for this white girl boss type of character. She just was a woman who wanted vengeance, and that simply was it. And again, if she was a girl boss, she would have been this tiny girl beating up grown ass men. And she was straight getting her ass whooped. So I guess you could say that was kind of realistic. But again, the con comes back again because they plot armored her ass. Let's just go back to the Asian dude who was basically beating the tar out of her. So at a certain point, he was just right kick after left kick after right kick right on her forehead. And then at a certain point, like the tides just turned and all of a sudden she was stabbing him and doing all this other stuff. And I'm like, where the hell did that come from? This chick literally was like Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh! Dude will be basically losing a damn duel. And then right at the end, he would be like, oh no. And then all of a sudden, the heart of the cards would kick in, and then his ass would have the exact card that he needs, and then he would pulverize whoever the hell he was fighting. Anyway, this movie, it was all right. Like, good action, you know. If you didn't take it too serious, it was decent to watch. It was funny in some parts, again, especially when you know, she was fighting old girl in the little coffee shop and whatnot. So, you know, there was certain things that were straight, certain things where you were like, okay, well, it wasn't a bad story. It just was just okay. You know, the John Wick series, I mean, every movie that they have with the Keanu Reeves character being John Wick is just great for what it is, spectacular for what it is, and you just love the actual character and the theme of what they're doing. But this was simply okay. They were trying to step out a little bit, but it wasn't great. It was just all right. I will say one of the pros was the fact that they kind of did that twist at the end where one of those cult members, one of the main ones, was actually her sister. So that was something I didn't expect, and I guess for what it's worth, they did a good job of showing that. So I have to give them credit where credit is due, because it was good in showing us what happened there. And also, too, I do like the continuity and how they kept up with the John Wick storyline and when certain events happened, and then they kind of matched it up with where these things also happened in John Wick's world and in the 4 different movies that we saw, like when certain events were taking place. So that was also cool as well. At the end of the day, if I had to probably rate this movie, I'll probably give it maybe like a 6. I mean, it was all right. I didn't not enjoy myself. Also, didn't walk away wanting to clap. Although I don't do that because that is kind of weird. That's just kind of weird to just be clapping after a movie ends. I don't know why people do that anyway. All right, y'all. I hope you enjoyed this movie review. I hope you enjoyed what I had to say. And if you liked this video, I would love if you liked the video, shared it, subscribed. Hit the bell icon also too, so you get notifications for whenever I come out with new content on this channel. And then when you are finished, please leave me a review below. That way I can get back to whatever it is that you had to say about this topic. All right, y'all. Talk to you later. Peace out.